Recently I got a letter from one of you guys, which is kind of a little bit weird, seeing as how none of you should really know my postal address. Anyway, the letter said, and I quote, "Dear Tiger, I'm moving home at the end of the year, and up until now I've been pretty good with the whole survival thing. But now that Mummy and Daddy are probably going to cut the apron strings, I'm just not sure how I'm going to survive. Help me! For the love of God, help me! Love, Lost and Alone." Well, Lost, you're in luck, because this week I've decided that I'm going to cover life tips for the university, or college if you're from America, student. So buckle up, sunshine! Let's start off with the big one, money. Now, if you live on campus or in a dorm, you're probably going to be provided with crockery, linen, and that kind of thing, so you won't really need much to get set up. But if you're off campus in a share housing situation or that kind of thing, St. Vincent de Paul and other thrift and second-hand stores are an excellent way to find these things at a fraction of the cost that you would find them at in big department stores. You can get set up really, really easily using them. Just remember to wash them thoroughly after you bring them home. Secondly, never leave your student card behind. Never lose it, and never ever throw it away, even after you've graduated. This is because there are so many stores that offer substantial student discounts. Of course, they don't always advertise them, so you do have to actually ask on occasion, but don't be afraid to do this. And don't be afraid to ask grocery stores, bakeries, and supermarkets whether they'll discount certain foods at the end of the day, rather than throwing them away. There is absolutely nothing to be ashamed about in doing this, because there is absolutely nothing to be ashamed about in looking after yourself, and trying to save up some money is definitely classed as looking after yourself. Part of getting your finances sorted out is, weirdly, learning that you have to feed yourself now. This can be a bit of a challenge in that you have to do it effectively and keep yourself healthy without going overboard as far as ingredients and costing is concerned. One of the best ways to do this though is to buy things in bulk with your friends, dormies, housemates, or whatever. If you buy things in bulk, it's typically cheaper because the cost of packaging and manufacturing is less, but you have to remember that doing this will often lead to spoilage if you only buy for one person, so it's really not cheaper. The trick is to buy it with a whole bunch of people and then split it up evenly after you're done. Remember that a balanced meal is carbohydrates, protein, and plant matter. So if you're going to be eating stuff like instant ramen, try beefing it up with some bamboo shoots, water chestnuts, carrot, corn, tofu, or meat if you can afford it. Rice is also a really cheap source of carbohydrates and can form the basis of pretty much any meal. And remember that freezing meals can actually be great. If you cook a whole bunch of food, especially pastas and that kind of thing in advance, they freeze for like up to 3 months. Now, feeding yourself is all and good, but let's not forget the reason that you're actually at university, and that is to study. Now, my biggest piece of advice here might seem obvious, but so many students disregard it, and that is please attend classes. Please attend your classes. It doesn't matter if they're on at 8 in the morning or 6 at night. Negotiate your work shifts if you have a job with your supervisor to allow you to attend your lectures. There have been so many studies that point out a positive correlation and a causal relationship between people who attend classes and those who get significantly better grades and pass rates. And remember to study outside of class, and there are so many tips, many more than I can cover just in this video, to help you here. One of them is to remember to study only for 25 minutes at a time before taking a 5-minute break and starting all over again. The other one is kind of like a snack incentive. Put gummy bears on every paragraph of work that you have to cover, and as you reach that paragraph, eat the gummy bear. This really helps if you have a lot of willpower and won't just eat all of the gummy bears at once, but I trust you, Lost. Finally, as you're gearing up for graduation, remember that no adult actually knows what they're doing. Everyone's pretty much just kind of making it up as they go along. It's okay to not have things sorted out in your life by the time you're 30. Hell, a lot of people I know don't know where they're going and they're in their 40s or above. My dad doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm not allowed to say, but let's just say older than I am, and that's something. Always buy 2 lots of deodorant. Keep a change jar. Learn to cook. It is one of the single most important things you will ever learn to do. And finally, never buy cheap toilet paper, because life is way, way too short to skimp out on toilet paper. Just Trust me and every other adult in the known universe with that.
Subscribe to my channel, like and share the video, do these things or the birds are gonna eat me.